It's like a spicy chicken sandwich or something?
It is. Well, it's like a spicy chicken sandwich, and it's the thickest, juiciest patty. It's like a double Chick-fil-A piece of chicken, and it's super packed with flavor. And the spicy is where it's at. They've got this like spicy mayo sauce too. Yeah. I swear their pickles are house made. The bun is like artisanal.
What?
Is it brioche?
It's like a brioche or something. It'll change
it's a Hawaiian
your mind
brioche
about what is possible at Popeyes. Anyway, and that's a perfect segue into what. Oh, you should have poured it out, dude. That was a terrible decision to leave it in the bottle.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, it's about to spill over, so suck.
Yes.
It's
You're gonna have to keep doing that.
I don't know.
Okay, you should have given him the explanation to pour it into.
I told him it was gonna fizz, man.
Well,
That's
yeah,
not
I didn't.
good enough, my dude.
Yeah,
My
low wisdom.
My step.
I don't push it together.
Anyway,
That's okay, dude.
that's all a perfect segue into. Yeah, like if we have a tangential off-topic Popeyes chicken sandwich thing, Aiden suggested writing it down. If it still matters, in like 10 minutes, bring it up or something, or just try to like keep a mental clock in yourself. You know, keep yourself to so many seconds, because there's a lot of us, and if we all want to get tangential, we're never gonna get anything done.
All right.
And this is our time for D&D, you know. So.
Anything else?
Address me by my real name, Will the Wise.
No, we'll add to that, like, as fun it is to, like, dig around, like, when it was, like, a smaller session last week with just Steven, we got so much done, and it was, like, a different kind of, like, super fun and satisfying. Like, we actually, like, felt like we did something other than, we usually have to, we can only, like, maybe move, like, 5 feet forward in any given session. We had, like, multiple battle sequences. Like, it just felt like a lot happened. It was really
Lots
fun.
of exploration and a lot of time to discuss in character. And then 2, we only played a campaign every other week, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it seem like we're crawling along, not getting anything done if we are not having the most productive sessions. So
Yeah.
happy new season, new school year.
Woo. Here.
Yeah. Hey.
With that being said, I think that we should, like, the start time is 7. And I think we should start trying back
Play
to
start.
get to play start time at 7. Get here at 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to eat, get here and eat before 7. But I just killed like 12 minutes talking.
I mean,
about
that's
that.
okay.
I'll leave it
It's
to
not like class. We don't need to be, like, super strict about it, but I think it's good for everybody if we can.
If it was class, we'd have people like ducking in at 8 o'clock
Yeah, you're right.
in their sweatpants or pajamas.
Well,
I mean, I did that though. Yeah, I came in like 10, 15 minutes late. I got lost
here first.
coming here, so.
You were here first.
Yeah. No, that wasn't last week. That was the very first week that I came.
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's a new place.
We're ready to start.
Yeah, so who wants to catch
Dungeon
us
Master.
up?
Did anybody listen to the recording?
I did not listen to the recording.
I listened to like
Sorry, I'm
half
a
of it.
fucking nerd.
Yeah.
I would listen to it twice in a week if I had that kind of endurance.
Yeah.
I got up to the point when I started calling Tails Haddle a demon.
Yeah. Which happened, you know, not upset about it.
I will catch us up.
Okay.
So, Bullard comes to in a tunnel. My compatriot said that I passed out when Aranova died and disappeared. WTF. The temple down here is like the space that was under Ladova. All of the reliefs in the walls seem to show monks dressed like the woman of my dreams. Pitt mentions another passage. We go, but it's pretty plain. We go up and around, and it is pretty much a mega ramp. We go up to a room full of mirrors and columns. After a while, we figure out that there is a trap door in the ceiling that opens when the door closes. Kudzu/Crowder has a pet demon, Ellipses, who drops a rope ladder down from the trap door. We climb up into a dorm that opens into a training pit with more reliefs showing training. Through that room in that direction, we go outside for a nice sunset. We take a long rest. We go into a passage and go up and up. We go to a grand stairway. There is a gaping cave alive with breath. Inside, an anchor. Ancient tree-like opens its eye.
Ooh. So,
Have you seen Is in a while?
okay, so
We
this
left
has
you
been a
outside.
long time. You've been left outside.
Both of your characters are left outside.
Yeah,
on this
sorry,
right now.
you're with the horses. I don't think I'm gonna do the like sort of meta thing where you just catch up. If that's okay, I'm gonna like leave you with the horses and we can role play them catching you up on everything that you've missed. So then that'll be
Yes, that's way funner.
I can clear things up for you as needed, but I feel like that makes more sense than just like Is appears out of the nether or the ether, not the nether.
The nether.
So that does
Different experiences.
that does mean that you might be just kind of like chilling for the next 20 minutes while we role play through this. I hope that's okay.
Yes, I'll do my best to not absorb that information
I mean, you can
and write down my questions.
Yeah,
and
Emily
then
can absorb that information, but I'd like to like role play like reuniting with Iz, and figuring out what's going on.
so down.
Okay, everybody set up.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna take a deep breath and debate with me. Cheers. Man, I really thought that was candy. I got excited.
Cheap. Mm.
Whose dice is that?
Mine.
I thought that was
Sugarfina.
candy and I got excited.
It was.
Sean, if you're listening, hi. I saw that post about candy.
That was today. That was cute.
I'm sorry.
I bet Sean doesn't listen though.
I don't think she does, but just
It would be
in
cute,
case.
cute if she did. We should convince her to listen to the first 15 minutes of this one. Anyway,
Just
Alright.
for this moment. Hi, Sean.
Before we
So-
start talking shit about her.
Anyways, continue.
Sean suck. No, I can't even joke. Oh, that hurt to say. All right.
You didn't even
So-
say the whole thing.
Bullard,
yes. Yes.
Kudzu,
Hey, it's
Pit,
me.
and
Who?
Pit, right?
Yeah,
That's who
yeah,
you're
yeah,
playing
yeah.
today? Okay.
It's just confused.
I was scared that like Trez somehow. Never mind. Pit and Hog.
Yeah, brother.
So you are standing in a cave, looking up at this being that is so large it's sort of hard to rationalize. Like for scale, if it was a sort of like if it were sort of a dog-like creature, like the pad on its foot is maybe as tall as you are. So like looking at the eye, it's so big it takes you a moment to register that's an eye. But it's this
Can we
great.
see like our reflection? Just like
Who is that?
okay, but like actually though, can we like see our reflection like in the? Is the eye like looking at us?
Mhm.
How close are we to it?
You're pretty far away. You can't see your
Oh,
reflection.
okay.
But if you were to go up there, you would be able to
Sorry,
see
yeah,
it.
no, I got like the visual of just like we were walking along and all of a sudden like eyelid was just like
Yeah. So it's even bigger than the last anchor that you
Oh,
encountered.
jeez.
And because of its size, it's sort of hard to make sense of it as a cohesive being. Like the last one was kind of doggish. This one, it's hard to like pull the whole from the parts because of its size. Like you can see the eye, and the eye is almost reptilian. Like the whole thing is.
It's just like one eye.
Yes.
This is from my favorite animated film, Rango.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe not
I
my
was so
favorite.
excited, like, oh, what am I gonna watch
It.
this? Right?
Yeah.
That was good.
Okay, love it.
It's not that it only has one eye. You can like you see that like there's like moss and like almost an entire forest growing on this thing's back. So
It's like a bat. He has an ecosystem.
yeah, but it's
I mean a sloth.
yeah, very much like a sloth. So you can like the eye that has like you can see an eye facing you that is opened, and since you're probably seeing its head in profile, not that it only has one eye.
Hello.
Hello. Does it echo?
It does. It echoes a little bit.
There's a bunch of people here. You can hear all the responses.
Okay.
It's such good timing.
Okay. Good luck.
Hey, great timing.
Emily has a perfect or a important phone call to take.
But that
So
worked out very well.
yeah, or like I'm trying to like, hello, Mr. Big Dude. Hey.
Shut up.
We hello, greetings. We bring news from the north, from Ladova.
The anchor, you can't quite tell. You get the impression that it sighs heavily as the hello.
There's probably like a big
Yeah, it's
rush of air.
Just like it breathes heavily through nose.
I mean, something that large, like
Yes.
its sigh would like. Are we getting like gust of wind?
He's not facing you.
Oh, he's not facing us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why you're only seeing one eye.
Okay.
But in the mountain, the small mountain in front of you heaves, and you see like a ripple kind of go through it as if it were like twitching its spine.
Clarification.
Mhm.
The anchor in Ladova spoke to us telepathically, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, my bad.
Did it?
I thought it like spoke
That
to our
sounds
brains.
familiar.
Yeah, because I tried using speak to animals and it did nothing.
Because
It
you
was-
could all speak to it fine.
Yeah, it like I remember that it was like doing the telepathy.
I do not believe I was there when you met because you fought the baddie bads and then
Yeah.
I came back after it was gone.
Oh no, it wasn't like telepathic exactly, but it didn't use its mouth.
Okay. I'm sure. I
It's
don't know.
did it like
Like it wasn't telepathic like one-on-one.
It's like the lion turtle. Its
Yes.
mouth doesn't move at all, but somehow it still talks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah,
100%
you're
down
right.
with this.
You're right.
I'm getting mega lion turtle vibes actually now.
I don't know what that is.
From Avatar: The Last Airbender. The
I have not seen Avatar either, so.
I have seen
Yeah.
it. It was a very long time ago.
It's okay.
It was like back when I wasn't allowed to watch cartoons, so I just sneak it at my friend's house. Anyway.
Sorry.
never ending story. Sorry.
No.
That's the vibes I get from it.
Oh, from the book.
I'm gonna try to like yell up to it again. So there was another anchor underneath Ladova. I imagine you probably didn't call it that. And well, it said it had forgotten its name because no one had been around in so long. But some crazy people came to kill it, and it died. But it told us about you with its dying breath. We were trying to save it. We weren't trying to kill it. I should clarify. We actually killed the people that killed it. But it told us about you, and I think it was worried about you. So we're here to check on you. But you're alive, and no one's trying to kill you.
How do you know that?
Shut up, Pit.
The anchor is not in a hurry to speak. So there's it seems like an awkward silence, but it seems like if you're feeling perceptive, it's like a one-sided awkward silence that like this thing has it will speak when it's ready to speak, but you guys are kind of like,
Oh no, Kudzu wouldn't wait. Kudzu would be. Did you get all that? Mr. Anchor? Do you call yourself Anchor?
How do you
Shut up.
how do you know it's a guy? If it's why do we have to assume it's gender
Because
here?
the dead one said it was his
I
brother,
don't know.
brother.
Really?
Yeah,
Polk
brother.
has a point. It did say that they were brothers.
Brother.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Also, it was. Never mind. I don't know what gender is.
neither
How-
does it, it's fine.
How close
Okay.
are we to the thing?
So you're, I'd say like 10 or 20 feet back. You were sort of like just, coming into, like it was just coming into your field of vision when
Okay.
we cut off. But finally it finishes, I guess, waking up. It's been slowly sort of coming back to consciousness this entire time. And its one eye fixes you with a unblinking stare. It says, "Who are you?"
My name's Kudzu.
Sir, Pit to Peach at your service, and I kneel.
Hulk, the Grand Grappler of the Garrus River, brother.
Kneeling seems like a good idea, so Bullard also kneels. My name's Bullard. We're just adventurers. We're not like part of a society or anything. We're just kind of random people.
Hey, is the reason why it takes you so long to reply
Shut
is
up.
because we're so far away? Should we walk closer?
I Shit.
Because you just give him time to speak, man.
See, she is not as composed as this thing is. It's
Alright,
the
okay.
roleplay. I understand you fine. I haven't spoken this way in a long time. But you may come closer if you wish.
Okay. Because he just takes off walking. Let me know when I'm too close.
How close do you get?
I keep walking until he says something.
You know, they don't. It doesn't say anything really
Okay,
ever.
then I just walk right
But
up to the
as you
eyeball.
get as you get closer, you see that there is like not only is the anchor alive, it has like very much does have an ecosystem on it, and where like a sloth might have like microorganisms, like you see
Like
a
actual.
deer,
Macroorganism.
macroorganisms. Thank you.
Are there sloths on the sloth?
It's not a sloth, but yeah, no, because I don't think this is a tropical ecosystem.
That's okay.
But like, you see a fox, like kind of dart past you as you get too close. Like whatever exists on the mountain outside seems to exist in here. You don't see where sunlight would come in, but it seems at some point like
Yeah, I mean, there's light down here, right?
there's light down here. Yeah.
So it's got to come from somewhere.
There's like a whole like small forest growing and living on top of this creature.
Is it like a temperate rainforest? Is it that like kind of thick, dank,
no, it's like the the ecosystem that you are in. Otherwise, like
okay?
Black Forest Europe kind of vibes. But
Yeah,
I don't know what the
that's just like a normal temperate
deciduous
forest. Yeah,
trees with black bears. I don't know.
yeah.
Well, we're inside a cave too, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine there's not a ton of like natural light.
There
coming
is
in.
on the. There's not. You don't see the natural light, but there is like. It is like an outside on the anchor. So if you notice that kind of thing, you notice it is a little incongruous too.
Maybe it's bioluminescent.
Wait a minute. Is there any way to determine if like its back is the surface, like it's raised, or is it clearly that there's like a cave roof above the back of the creature where the ecosystem is?
You can see where there's a roof. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very very big.
But it's not
so
clear.
big that
It's not clear where the light's coming from necessarily.
no, there's just light, and it's as bright as sunlight would be. It sort of seems to come from like everywhere.
Pit is confused.
Bullard, do you want to roll insight? Insight or perception, whichever you feel more comfortable with.
How are there animals close to me?
How close?
Like, are there animals like somewhat close to me?
No. When you approached, they moved, but in them moving, you saw that they were there. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like when you're like.
I can't speak with animals.
Okay.
And I can do that at will. So.
I know. I forget.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna ask them like, hey, what is it like being on living down here? Tell me about your friend.
Do you ask like just in general, or do you ask a specific animal?
Creatures of the back forest. Tell me about your life. We come in peace.
Okay. What did you?
I rolled an 8, but I decided to use Portent and had 15.
Okay. You look up and you see that remember when you were in that like subterranean lake beneath Ladova and you looked up and there were stars in the sky somehow,
Yeah.
or it looked like stars. You see the same thing.
On the roof of the
Yeah. Well, it's so high that it's hard to tell it's a roof.
of
But
the
like
cave.
on the firmament of the cave,
Yeah.
you can see like very distantly what seems like stars.
That's cool.
Are we talking like the rocks are twinkling, or are we talking like roof of Hogwarts dining hall?
Roof of Hogwarts dining hall.
That is so cool.
But like somewhere, it's not like
It's not like the weird smoky.
it's not like a magic. It's like it is so it's either like magic and you can just accept that it is, or it's something like the roof is so far away and illuminated in such a way that it looked like it's really shiny rocks that are somehow reaching.
Oh yeah, no, I
and
was
like
just trying to get a visual.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's-
trying to.
for visual
Yeah.
sakes, Hogwarts roof.
Perfect. I'm down with it.
So you would notice that this is for
Yeah, for sure.
If I'm close enough to the creature, is there any way that I notice this?
You can roll perception, yeah. Bullard, because he noticed it before, and I think he was the only one.
Oh, he was the only one who noticed it?
The last time.
The last time, okay.
Like, he's looked up specifically and saw it. I don't know the rest. You guys can roll perception, but you wouldn't recognize it as something you see.
Well, no, my passive is 11. I'm just gonna... I'm not actually. I'm just like...
If you decide to look up, you'll see it.
passively.
It's not like hiding.
Okay.
But, so the creatures... not necessarily in a chorus, I guess, but multiple creatures answer you. What was the question you asked again?
What's it?
I asked basically I asked them to tell me about their forest friend.
Okay. I'm trying to think what words to use.
You can use small ones, as they are.
They're small animals.
They are not necessarily gonna give me full sentence
Yeah.
English answers.
In that sense, you don't get like a clear answer. They answer you like you ask them like, what's it like to be alive? Like, what's it like to be outside? It just is.
Yeah.
Like, you've asked them about their entire existence. They don't seem to understand that they're like on the back of something.
Oh, okay.
They're just in the forest. In the
They're just in the forest.
And that's just how it is.
That was what I was trying to understand.
yeah.
So, yep. I'm golden.
Okay.
Are there any people climbing on its back? Or
No
just
people.
animals?
Which brings
There's
me
about
to
to be
No
one.
people that you see.
that brings me to a good point. I want to investigate the light because Pitt has no idea where it's coming from, and he would want to know because he
Okay,
believes
roll.
all celestial bodies have to do with his Goomba.
I mean, it's the light is coming from everywhere. It's the same answer you would get if you rolled a 20. Honestly, it's there's no specific point of illumination. I think if Pitt had to describe it as something, it would be like holy. Like there's really just like the animals need the light. The animals are here. The light is being provided.
It's a religious moment.
Yes, it is. Like with and without you having rolled it too, and that goes for everybody else too. Like there's no specific source of anything. Like you can't you know there's water here, you can hear it. You know there's light here, you can see it. But it's like it's almost as if this has all been created like as a self-contained ecosystem.
There is water?
Yeah, there's probably like you can hear it, you don't see it, but there's probably some sort of like stream or something in this area. Again, this thing is huge. It's like a small mountain in front of you. You can't see quite where it ends, other than like you can see the stars. But that distinction is like you can't tell if it ends or if it just goes so far that you can't see it anymore.
How far is the anchor from like where we're like? Could I conceivably get onto it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's all like imagine there's a hill and the hill has an eye. Like it's not a body, or like you can't pick out a leg. You could maybe pick out like a pad of paw, or you could pick out like a giant claw. You could pick out like the eye. Obviously, you could find a nostril, but like conceptualizing those things as one being because of how large they are, you can't quite get it.
But I can tell where there's like grass and trees and stuff, right?
because it's like
Yeah.
grass and trees and stuff. Like it's a hill, and that hill also has body parts, but not in a creepy way.
The hill
Okay.
has
Yeah, the hill has
Well,
eyes.
it's
singular.
it's literally like
It's the
a lion
prequel.
turtle.
Yes, but stop saying that because it's
thank
not
you.
what's in my head.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay.
For everybody who's
So there.
paying attention, Kudzu starts walking in a very if literally anyone is looking, it is obvious that Kudzu is like moving in very strange fashion towards the creature.
Wait, what kind of fat? Like
He's
walking backwards?
no, like kind of like a
On your hands?
well,
Like Gollum-esque? I mean, what are we talking here?
no, we're talking like
Suspiciously?
yeah, well, just like if somebody was like, man, I really like don't want to get out of bed, but like they have to get out of bed, like that kind of like, oh, here goes my leg.
Yeah.
Here,
Why? You
Well,
don't have to answer out loud. But
yeah. Can I just
Yeah, you can text
message you? Yeah.
Is there anything else? Can you describe what the space we are?
Yeah,
in?
so-
wasn't that the last session?
Oh right, I forgot. Okay, so you climbed up a mountain. The mountain was stairs.
Okay.
There was like architecture, like columns and stuff framing the stairs. but because it was outside, it kind of like was much like the outside of this temple. It was kind of like fallen away. The details were lost. You came to like a great mouth of a cave.
Yeah.
You entered it. You walked in there for a while, and it opened up into like a cavern so big it felt like you were outside again.
Okay.
But you could see the wall start. Yeah, and in the center of this cavern was this giant creature, like a small mountain or a small hill, and it has like trees and earth and animals growing up on it, like lion turtle, and it's so big that you can't quite pick out like. It's bigger than the last anchor you encountered.
Okay.
By quite a bit.
But significantly. I mean, the last one you found was huge, and a good boulder cuddle up with the ear. It was like 50 feet or something. But this one's like a smallish mountain.
Okay. Is there anything else in the cavern that we're in?
Yes and no. Like there's a whole ecosystem. There's a small forest. You could go and like go hiking for 2 days on this thing's back and not see everything.
Other than the mountain, is there anything?
No. Well, there's more of those columns.
Okay.
And they sort of ring the room, similar to like the way that the
bone columns.
No, not bone, but like the way that there were columns with the armored statues.
Oh yeah.
When you fell beneath Ladova.
Can I investigate one of the columns?
Yeah.
8. I will subtract a 1.
Okay.
7.
What?
Specifically, I was looking at the last anchor. There was like pictographs or hieroglyphics or something of like people praying to the anchor thing. I just want to look for those.
Yeah, the same things then.
Oh.
You don't need a super high roll for that. You see much of the same like iconography and storytelling that you saw beneath the last anchor. But the finally it starts to answer your question, Bullard, and it says, "What news do you bring?"
Oh, just it was what I had mentioned earlier. There was another anchor underneath the city that we called Ladova to the northeast, and some crazy people tried to kill it and they succeeded. But
the eye narrows.
That's not why we're here. We're here because we killed the people that killed it. And with its kind of dying breath, it said that there were other anchors, and said there was one underneath the harbor. And we're underneath the harbor now, so it was talking about you. And we're mostly here just to check on you to make sure that no crazy people are here trying to kill you.
Other than us.
Oh,
wait, did you really say that?
Oh no, that's not why we're here.
Oh god, that was a joke.
You sure?
Yeah.
Sorry, Hulk has a weird sense of humor. We're really just here
Issues with your
trying to help, I guess. We're just trying to help. We're also just really curious, like what are the anchors? You hold up the world, or?
Yeah, why is everyone praying to you guys?
Some mysteries will always be mysteries.
Okay.
God, Jesus.
How far away did I get?
If you want to reach it, you do.
No, I mean like how far away from the closest nearby party member am I?
When he started to walk towards the anchor, did you guys follow him? Or?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
He's
so
fucking weird.
like 20, 30 feet.
I'm like,
If you made it, if you walked all the way, you made it. I mean, you're not in rounds or anything.
okay. How close did I have to be to talk to the forest creatures?
What's the range for speak with animals?
Whatever the range of my voice is. There's no
well,
range.
Like,
for
okay, it's
speak
20,
with
30
animals.
feet is fine.
So I'm like 30 feet from them?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Okay, but like right at 30 feet?
Yeah.
We continue with his message.
Mm-hmm.
They're just there to help, is what he said. To the
Thank you. The anchor. It almost looks like a wave. You know, like when you're really far away from a crowd and everybody waves. There's just like this ripple that like starts close to the eye and goes all the way around. And you get the sense that it hasn't moved in a really, really long time, and it's almost like just like stretching, like after waking up or sitting in the same place, like it's cracking its knuckles and sort of getting used to being alive again. And it says like, I have been asleep for a very long time. And like very, very, very slowly, and it takes like maybe 15 minutes. So this happens while it's talking. It starts to like rotate its head towards your party. And you might guess that the reason it takes so long is like to not to disturb the animals and the trees and stuff growing on it.
Cute.
Like it doesn't make any sudden movements. Everything's very like slow and natural. Like even the breathing is the way like it's less like the earth is moving and more like a wind is like shaking trees. And it says that we were gods once, and we were trapped here to hold up the world. And Bullard, you get the sense he's talking to you with this last sentence. He says, "You seem familiar."
I'm not very old.
And they say the praying is not praying. They beg for forgiveness.
Bullard's stomach drops.
Yeah. Do you remember the poem that you got?
I will read it aloud.
Mm-hmm. You feel like compelled to read it out loud?
Oh. Okay.
Like the creature knows that you have it, and it's not like you're being mind controlled or anything. It's like you just get this urge of like, oh, I should do this thing. So you can fight it if you want to.
Yeah.
But if so, do you choose to? If not, all of you, like as Bullard says this, you hear the creature like in your head also say it, like you. So you can hear Bullard's words with your ears, and then with your like, almost like with your mind and your heart, also you hear the creature say it with him.
Protect.
Does is sense anything?
No.
Cool.
Actually, yes.
Nice.
Yes, you do. You don't know any of this, but you hear like you don't hear Bullard, but you
You're
get
standing next to the horses, and all of a sudden you
feel
feel.
these words.
Protect this land, that our sin may be a great salvation, and that the child of my child sees not the depths of hell. We know that there is no forgiveness, no light in transgression, save existence beyond the end of the world. Raise a continent on high, 8 live in eternity. 8 live in eternity.
Say that last line one more time.
8 live in eternity.
In eternity.
We were at the end of the world. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You got that poem from the first maker?
so I translated the keys, like the basketball-sized keys, at the first temple we were at, and arranged the different translations into an order that made sense, and that is what I came up with.
Cool.
So the anchor is quiet for a very long time.
Like how long?
I actually had the foresight to take a picture of this before I gave it to you.
It is also in my
I know, I saw that.
my
I
Google Drive.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Does anybody else want to see it? If you're like me and you have no auditory comprehension to speak of.
I mean, I just want to see the drawing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, John was cool.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
Everybody knows the
Rather nice.
best part about getting your magic cards is thinking of
So after that, does anybody have like specific comments, or should I just continue with this?
So probably after that is read, Bullard will get
Your Crowder.
what?
Kudzu,
What?
you said Bullard will get.
Yeah, I was about to say what Bullard will get.
Oh, okay.
We thought
yeah.
that you were becoming Bullard.
Oh. No, sorry. Bullard will get probably, and then nothing because I've walked out of 30 feet.
Bro, huh?
Yeah.
Bro, hey.
Are you being like controlled, or are you just like fighting with yourself?
Yeah, I have a very sometimes antagonistic relationship with my patron.
Okay. And for somehow I didn't foresee this would be happening, and now I'm having to figure out what to do about it. But I love it. I'm here for it. Okay.
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 I mortify myself
Well, lovely. Thank you.
and pray because I want to absorb this information
I
into
can't see him.
the pantheon. Sorry, that's all I want to do.
You mortify yourself?
Yeah, it's Pitt's kind of thing.
What does that mean?
Self-mortification, flagellation.
He's like
So-
Opus Dei.
Very old school Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Really bad Indian
Not heard of
burn,
it.
you know.
Say no more.
So the anchor kind of ripples again, and Kazu, you start to feel like bad vibes.
Oh yeah, I have lots.
You're feeling double bad vibes.
I'm feeling Well, there's a lot of shouting going on.
There's a
in
lot.
my
There's
ears
like
right now.
not shouting, but
Yeah. Well, shouting from one.
I know.
Yeah.
But from the anchor, it's just like
Bad vibes.
bad vibes, like
Yeah.
disappointed parent bad vibes.
Yeah.
Not for the rest of you. I guess I could text you that my foot's on 3%.
No, it's okay.
So I guess to the rest of you, the anchor starts to talk.
Do I not get to hear what that
You do
is?
too. But
Okay.
you also get the bad vibes.
Yeah.
It says a long time ago, the world should have ended. It was long past your time, and many gods had already left this reality. But your fathers and mothers decided that it wasn't time yet. So they summoned the youngest among us, my family, and as the world burned beneath them, they tied us to this earth, and we pulled it from destruction, and we have for the past several thousand years kept the world alive much longer than it should have been. And now, it seems, some of you have learned of your sins, but I don't know which is better. The end of my slavery is the end of yours as well. It seems to be done talking for the time being.
You, God, I hadn't thought that this. You had this already.
I mean,
Oh God, I hadn't thought to think of what it would sound like.
What would sound like?
You hear a voice from in front of you. Longer than it should have been.
Okay, Beacon.
Nice.
Who says that? You don't like CG needs to know this for role-playing purposes.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell anybody else.
Kudzu.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, who's talking through Kudzu?
The Doku tree.
Okay.
Longer than it should have been, you say.
Before you were alive.
Who is that?
So you're saying, you're admitting your existence is evil.
Can I search for the source of this voice?
Yes.
I would also like to go after this voice.
Yeah.
I looked once, but
Me too.
didn't have any luck then. Got a 10 now.
Got an 11.
I am 19.
Okay. Dustin, you want to answer that?
Yeah, sure. So, probably, what did you have?
He had the 19.
19. So what you're gonna see is you're gonna see a halfling that is no longer walking. Is like, looks like a, you know, like when a person like gets dragged,
Yeah.
and they have like their arm around someone.
Yeah.
But they're like not actually moving. That's all you see of Kudzu is like his, you know, he has a prosthetic arm that's made of wood.
Oh yes.
That is just like floating and like kind of just like dragging him along
Oh.
towards the
Towards what?
towards the anchor.
The eye.
He's going to get on it.
Oh, towards the thing itself. I
Yeah.
see, I see.
I've been walking towards it.
Okay.
Not necessarily normally, but
The anchor, from its like not inflection because it's not speaking, but like it seems almost amused, but like amused the way you like a kid fell over,
yeah.
like, oh, that toddler tripped, oh, I feel kind of bad, but oh, it's still kind of funny.
Yeah.
Did
Goes-
Rachel get her pizza?
Hmm?
Did Rachel get her pizza
I don't
she
know.
wanted? Okay,
Let's see.
I'll text her.
It goes, it says, my existence is not good or evil. It is simply out of time.
But it should not have been.
Should not. But is.
What?
Hey, Kudzu, what? Are you possessed right now? What's going on? You're speaking funny and you look funny.
The halfling does not reply.
Hulk's gonna run over. Do you want us to hold you back or something?
Oh shit. Okay, so how close does it get? Is he running up?
Yeah, I don't know how far
Okay.
we're.
Hulk, take the mask out of the bag and
take
run
the
with
mask.
it. Take the mask out of the bag.
Where do I run?
Away. Take it away.
Where's the bag? Where's the bag?
It's I'm
It-
wearing a
it's
backpack. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else wants tea.
No, I'm good.
Actually,
Yeah.
What type of
wait.
tea?
What kind of tea?
Whatever kind of tea you want. But
Okay,
well,
yes.
Hulk. I'll run. Do I hear that in my head?
Yeah,
Do I
that
answer
is
in
100% telepathic.
Oh.
Yeah, you would have to answer out loud.
Okay.
If you think the thoughts, it would be really
Yeah.
funny if like, I mean, there's no meta reason why you would know that you have to say it out loud,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
I feel
can't
it will
like,
just
I think
come
you've
out.
done this enough with everybody enough that,
Yeah.
yeah,
that he knows.
I can't receive your response if you just think it.
Okay. So then I guess Hulk would say out loud, "Get the mask out of the bag." So then, I guess the rest of you guys would probably hear because that would be confusing to Hulk.
Yeah.
And I'll.
Wait, notes. I might have another way out of this.
I'm gonna apprehensively, with haste, take the thing out of the bag.
Such an interesting combination.
Yeah.
I can totally see.
So you're running over there,
Kind of
right?
like
Yeah.
tiptoeing, but
yeah,
still
but fast.
Yeah, like
tip running.
Tip
Yeah.
running. High stepping.
I have a way out
Yeah,
of
high
this.
stepping.
Uh-huh.
I have a good answer to this. I'm probably gonna take some damage up to CG, but I'm totally out
You
of
will.
this.
Okay. Yep. What?
Ask Bullard who his brother is.
Bullard, who your brother is?
What? He's right there.
Ask him who his brother is.
Who's your brother?
Um,
I keep hearing Kudzu's voice in my head saying, "Ask Bullard who his brother is, brother."
Yes, I only have one.
Crowder, Kudzu. I don't know what you're looking for.
You say Crowder out loud?
Yes.
Fuck yes. I made it out. My arm falls off.
Whoa. The wood one or the flesh one?
The fake one.
The flesh one.
Yeah.
The
and,
big flesh one.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of blood and like sap mixed together that's involved. But yeah, as long as you're taking the mask away, the mask is not happy.
Yeah. No.
By the way, as soon as that happens, it begins like vibrating very violently in your hands. But, you know, not really doing anything to you, more just like, this is incredibly unpleasant and awkward.
Okay.
Like a shot collar.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like a shot collar? If you've ever like walked somewhere with your dog shot collar and like, oh, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that, or just like somebody handed you like one of those massagey wands from like Brookstone, and just like handed it to you while it was on, and you're just like holding it like, the fuck do I do with this? It's just uncomfortable. Yeah.
What? This?
Or somebody handed you a dildo. Yes, I know we're all thinking it. Okay.
It's still like the ones from Brookstone that are like actually vibrators, or like the ones that are kind of
like they're like back.
Ones are supposed to be back massagers.
Okay, wait, no,
Okay,
no,
yes.
This is a serious
Anyways,
moment.
yeah. So
This. Can I break? This is weird. Should I like destroy it or something?
Kudzu is, I believe, currently unable to use his telepathic ability, and probably also his mouth.
Why?
Well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
Burn it.
Do I know anything about the mask? Can I?
It looks like a creepy ass squirrel
it's a
that
creepy-ass
is
squirrel
crime
mask.
blood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break it.
Okay.
Okay, how are you gonna
Can
break
I
it?
with the war jammer?
Is it susceptible to physical damage?
I mean, unfortunately, so it's probably very resilient. It's got minerals on the inside of it.
Make an attack.
It's quite heavy.
It doesn't hit.
12.
Oh,
12?
it does hit. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 would hit it.
So.
Yeah, roll damage.
I'm just like watching and not horror, but just.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna.
Pit
I'm
is
gonna-
rushing in that general
Before
direction.
he rolls, I'm gonna message you the amount of hit points that it has.
Okay.
So that way, you know I'm not making it up. I feel like that number is appropriate,
I mean, that's
given that if there were
less than
3
I
of
was
them,
gonna
that
give
would
it.
be
Yeah.
Oh. 7 damage.
Okay. The
Or
mash
sorry, 8
shatters.
damage.
The mash shatters into lots of little pieces. Kudzu, do I get to take over, or you wanna write this one?
Well, so, I actually didn't think that he would break the mask, but that's interesting. Yeah, well, if he breaks the mask, then the arm doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. The arm already wasn't working.
But the arm already wasn't working because it disconnected itself. I'm gonna guess they take damage.
Yeah, you guys can take significant damage.
How much? Out of 19.
How much would cutting your fucking arm take off? I'm gonna say, okay. I'm gonna say you're at 0. I feel like, not, like for role-playing reasons, if you got your arm cut off, you would need immediate medical attention or you would die and bleed out.
Yeah.
So, like, you are not stable right now.
Okay.
I think because you're being semi-possessed, you're not unconscious.
Yeah.
But I think that, like,
I can't be possessed anymore because he has just destroyed the object through which I can get possessed, and the other thing that was being possessed is not attached.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that you're wrong.
Okay.
But like I think that, like, yeah, the physical objects are not there. It's not as strong, but like you still have made that pact,
Yeah.
and until it, like, there's still some like power over you until
Okay.
it is renounced.
Well, if I break the pact, I just lose Like, I just lose
You're not a warlock
most
anymore.
of my class features.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm totally okay with
We
that.
can talk about that during the break.
Yeah.
I think you might have to break early because I didn't foresee this at fucking all.
No, it's okay. I didn't. When you said
Is that
back was
bad?
a giant forest, I was like, no, it's not bad at all. I'm loving it. It's just
This is awesome.
Yeah, I had no idea this was gonna.
Me neither. I should have thought of this, but I didn't.
Can I heal him?
Yes. So anybody with any medical knowledge, or anybody who's like spent any time adventuring on, like your party member has just lost a significant part of his arm, and regardless of it having once been prosthetic, it now is acting as if his arm has just been cut off. Like there's
It's probably like
significant arterial spray.
yeah.
So yes, I would suggest the healer in the party go stabilize him.
Grandson.
What?
I'm the grandpa. You're the grand. Wait, are you grandpa or grandson? I forget.
No, I'm the grandson.
That's what I thought. Grandson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandson. Are you all right?
I heard you say grandson, and I was like, is this
Yeah.
a spell?
That's what I heard. Yeah, no, you
just weird
you
language.
get no reply. I believe I accidentally just can no longer use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I immediately use lay on hands,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll like pack the wound with mud.
Right, Kudzu, you are stabilized.
Okay. You probably see like some. How familiar are you with medicine?
I'm proficient.
You're proficient. Can I just give him this? What you see is like several veins and arteries like stemming from the shoulder area look as though they are like they show evidence of like recent poisoning.
Interesting.
But I mean, it's like as you heal, that kind of just like diminishes.
Okay.
Okay.
You can get 15 hit points back. So.
Oh, 15. Okay, cool.
So you've stopped bleeding significantly.
Yeah. Well, my arm wasn't actually there. The thing that's bleeding is the tendrils ripping out.
Yeah.
Probably very traumatic. Okay, cool.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a smashed mask, a bemused anchor, a very severely injured Kudzu. What are you guys doing next?
I burned the wood pieces, including the mask.
Okay.
I don't really know what's going on. I'm sorry we brought all this into your nice quiet cave. What do you want?
Or need.
What do you want us to do? What do you need? And while I wait for his lengthy response, I'm going to walk over to the scene of the near death of my younger brother, second death.
The anchor says, it has been a long time since I've wanted any. I have no home to go to, and I have been all but forgotten. There are more of us, but I do not know where we stand. I see from you that my brother was much altered by its long solitude by the time it died. I don't want to be here. I don't want to go. What do you want?
Wait, clarification. He just said, I don't want to be here, I don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You also, like, when it asks, what do you want, you kind of get the feeling, like, it's not necessarily what do you want to do in the situation, it's like, what do you want, period. Like, what do you want with your brother? What do you want with your family? Where do you want to die? Like, it's like this weird, all-encompassing question that's like, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? And I'm, like, trying to give you the context that you would have because this thing isn't speaking with, like, words, but it is sparse in the words that it says that you can understand, if that makes sense. But it's like you're you're here because these anchors were forced to give up the rest of their lives to like maintain a world that should have ended. And so like it's kind of asking you like, what do you want out of this sacrifice that's already been made? But it says like, what do you want?
Just for like a small amount of clarification, it's not just a world that was ending. It's like you're talking like moral imperative, like world should have ended.
Yeah.
Like fact of the universe. This like this world is inherently evil for continuing
It's
to
not
exist.
evil. It's not evil.
Who said it was evil?
Well, it's so when something should not.
It's
like
not
a-
evil.
Okay.
I mean, like you can perceive it that way, but it's not.
Are we talking about metaphysical ethics here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making
It's
sure
not
we're on the
necessarily-
same page
You
here.
don't
Like,
necessarily
yeah.
need to be like you don't like it doesn't view its situation as evil.
Okay.
Like
Or at least sin.
no.
Okay, so it's just that the world was going to end.
Yeah.
Not that like the universe desires
It wasn't like
to
a
end.
it wasn't like a god woke up and was like, sinners burn. It was really like there's like a tide. And when the tide is in, like the tide goes in and out and things are being made and unmade and created and uncreated. And
Okay, so this is
like this little chunk
yeah.
of like beach that the tide was gonna cover was pulled out
okay.
and now it's here. And it wasn't necessarily supposed to be, but now it has been for
Yeah.
thousands of years. And the thing that's keeping it there is the anchors.
Okay.
So like
So it's but it's like so I'm just trying to like wrap my head around like what it means. It's less like Sodom and Gomorrah and more just like a dam.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's artificial, but it's not.
It's not good or
Like-
evil, it just is.
It just
And
yeah.
it was like man made, but there's
Yeah.
not like it's not
Well, it sounds like it was God made.
Yeah.
well it was like the thing that was pulled out was God made.
Yeah.
Like the
But the anchors were gods, and the gods.
yeah, but they weren't gods like Christian gods. Like they're just like power.
Well, Christian gods are not in this world.
I know, but
They're like demigods in a way, right?
no, they're like Skyrim gods.
Oh, okay.
Like things that have the power to make and unmake
okay.
things, but
Yeah.
not like good or evil.
They're all
Yeah.
the ones that got tricked and had to.
Yeah, but like not in that not even like not in
Yeah.
a human comprehension
No,
of
I
like
get
tricked
it.
or anything. It was just like there was a power that was harnessed. This power now has a voice and consciousness. It didn't necessarily, but like
Sorry. Yeah. No. Like my.
but it's not like a
Yeah.
it's not like a good or evil question. It's
Yeah.
really just like there isn't
Yeah.
like I mean
It's
your
artificial,
characters can
not
interpret.
wrong.
As far
right?
as like me telling you like the actual lore,
Yeah.
like it's not good or evil. It just is.
Yeah. Well, no, like not my character, but like I am like trying
Yeah.
to just get it.
We're not going into that. Like
yeah.
Caroline is not giving you these metaphysical ethics. It's up for you to decide if it's good or
Yeah.
evil, and that's kind of like the point of like.
But like
this
it's
isn't,
not
like,
inherent to.
It's not inherently evil, no.
Okay.
I
So
mean, like it
it's-
is a form of slavery. Like
Yeah.
these gods were supposed to be unmade or made.
Mhm.
Like they've been pulled out of their like the existence as it was for all
Yeah.
of.
So they got like ripped
For-
out of the airplane and
Yeah.
other stuff out of the
Yeah.
airplane. Well.
I was
sucks
listening
be
to
them.
Lateralis the entire time I wrote this, so.
You're listening to what?
Never mind.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
So it's like there never is and there always is like this cycle of like
Humans pulled the anchors?
yeah.
Okay, so when you said mothers and fathers, I interpreted that as like the creators of humanoid races, like the
no, like
the
Yeah,
like
the I-
Almanaster's
yeah.
sect, which is why she like you seem familiar because you're tied to her,
Interesting.
and so like that's like
Okay, so it was humans that enslaved these gods.
yeah.
Okay.
We don't think gods. We just think like very powerful things.
Yeah.
Gods in like the
But they're
Norse
dying.
sense. They can die. They can live.
Yeah. So if you haven't put it together, the sort of dilemma is if the gods die, they go back to where not they should be, but where they always were.
Mhm.
But then the world ends.
Okay.
So like there's some sort of sect that's trying to make that happen because they feel guilty.
Wait, is that what it's implying? Is it implying that when it dies in our plane, it just becomes alive back where it used to be?
I mean, it's not alive. Like it
How
doesn't.
did they
have
kill
a-
it then?
Well, like it doesn't have a physical. It only has a physical presence in this plane.
Yeah.
Breaks the chain,
So
basically.
yeah.
it
so
breaks.
yeah,
so
yeah.
like it's like
Well, that's my
yeah.
question. Is like so if like they kill it, it like it that would set it free.
yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. But like it said, like it doesn't view its. I mean, it's like a type of slavery. Like it's in the sense that like it's being held here against its will, but it's like not a consciousness that necessarily has a will. It's like he picked up a tree and moved it. Like now you have landscaping, but it's not like evil to have landscaping.
Yes.
People might interpret landscaping.
I understand.
As, you know what I mean?
It's artificial, but not wrong.
Yeah, but it's not right either.
Yeah.
But there are people who see it as wrong. There's people who see it as right.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you.
it's up for you guys to decide what to do next. Sorry, you don't get a quest. You have to pick it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So what do we do now?
Well, you were asked what
Yes,
you
all
want.
of you have been asked what you want.
Oh, I know what I want.
Kazu wakes up.
I mean, I could answer, but I have been talking too much already, so I'm trying to like give you guys time to answer before I continue to speak to this thing.
I think it's very in character though.
What I want isn't here, but I don't know what I want to do about this.
I just want to know. I want the answers. I want to know why and how and where and well, what could and should have been and what will and might be. Not that. If we're here because of you, thank you. But if we're here because of you, and we don't know about the here, then we're wasting our time. I want all the answers.
Spoken like a true divination wizard.
Your speak is quite confusing.
So was the mountain things, dude, brother.
I felt
What the hell did any of that shit mean, man?
I felt that I had some sense of what it
Mothers
meant.
and fathers? Jeez.
Did you not feel that it gave you some sense of inner truth from what it said about what you want with your life? Bullard, on the other hand, I have no idea what he wants with his life.
Just want my championship belt back, brother. I don't know about the rest of this stuff.
That seems pretty easy to get. Who do we have to beat?
It's at my house.
Oh. Oh, we just gotta beat Bullard then, right?
Yeah, not that one.
The resolution to this campaign is old wrestling.
Careful, I'm slippery.
It's that gal.
Don't take it the wrong way. It's very appropriate for him to say. Kazu is actually no. Crowder's moving around.
Crowder is aware of the conversation that's been had.
Okay, he remembers that.
Yeah.
Great.
He didn't like black out.
Grandson!
What?
Grandson? You don't know your own grandfather? I'm quite confused.
Anyways, what would it? So like, is there any way that we can like move left and right instead? Has that been discussed?
Left and
You can go forward and backwards as well.
We're supposed to go down, but we went up instead. Can we go like left or right?
I'm quite confused.
Because we're supposed to fall, right? That's what the giant thing said. We were supposed to go down, and then they lifted us up. But can like they lift us up and then move us over and then set us down somewhere else?
You want to be transported to an alternate dimension?
No. I don't know what that means. No, I just like they lifted this world up, but it's like if they let go, it's gonna fall, right? Why can't they lift it up and then like put it on a shelf somewhere instead?
You're
So that
presuming
way-
there's a shelf.
But I don't know.
There's just a primordial soup. There is no shelf.
Soup?
Soup.
Like the food?
Yes, absolutely. Do you not know of the Great Goomba?
What is that?
It's a deity. It is the supreme deity. It's the primordial soup that carries all other deities and all other beliefs.
Crowder takes note of this.
We'll talk more, grandson.
I'm your grandson.
That's what you told me.
This isn't in your head. This is all out loud.
Yeah, I figured as much. I'm just
okay,
like,
yeah.
I'm very confused while you're talking now. And that's just like known.
Yeah.
Pit is confused.
But yeah, Mr. Giant Dude, is that cool? Can you like put us somewhere where we won't fall in the hell, and then you can go back to what you were doing, and we can go back to not falling into hell?
I think you may understand me too literally,
Yes.
little one.
Uh-huh.
But
Is it possible?
you're not wrong. I don't think you're right. But I don't think you're wrong either.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No answer.
What?
No, there's no answer.
Oh, there's no answer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said there's no chance.
Yes.
No.
There's no
man.
answer. There's no answer.
To place our existence somewhere else than it already is,
Yeah.
would displace something else in the primordial soup.
Okay. Well, what if we... Like, what kind of soup?
Whatever the soup you
Broccoli
want it to
cheddar.
be. Broccoli cheddar. That's my favorite.
Yo, broccoli
I
cheddar.
was thinking miso the whole time.
That would be way better.
Oh, yeah.
I've always thought gumbo for pit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
But
Gumbo
like,
gumbo.
yeah, like
that
Yes.
makes more sense now.
like boiled mushrooms though from a crawfish boil that you just threw in there.
Yeah.
So.
But like, if we got lifted up, then what took our place, Mr. Big Dude?
You stumped it. Hold on. I don't know. I don't think anything, but I have only seen things from where I am. I only know that things are not as they would have been. I do not know where they are. But the others may know.
There are others?
There are
6.
6 more.
There are 6 of you?
Well, wait.
There are 8.
There are 8, and one's dead.
There's 6 more of you? Where they fit you? You're huge.
It's the whole world, Kudzu.
Who is guys?
Grandson, you don't know your own name.
No.
Highly disappointed in you.
I'm sorry, Grandpa.
What? Just call him Grandpa?
Well, that's what he just said. He said that that's my grandpa.
He always called me grandfather. In my head.
Are you gonna throw in the bit where I'm your grandson from the future?
Oh yeah,
No,
he did
please
mention he was from the
don't.
future.
What? What were you telling him? Why were you telling him that? That's not true. Pitt, that's not true.
I'm very confused now.
He's not your grandson from the future. That I was there when he was born, and you were not
Wait.
around.
You were
You're
there
his
when
father?
I was born?
No, he's my brother.
I'm your brother?
Pitt
You're
is
so much older than
What
I
is
am.
wrong with you?
Pitt is so
What is
confused.
wrong with you?
I don't know.
So Aaron Nova was his mother?
No, that would
What?
be cool.
She said that when we were leaving town.
What?
You don't
Wait.
remember with the
Oh.
guards?
No, I don't.
We all pretended to be a family.
To get in the back of the cart.
Yeah, you were stuck in a fish barrel, right?
Onions.
Oh, the
Onions.
onion barrel.
Yes.
Right, I forgot.
I knew it was something that smelled weird.
You need to get your head checked out.
Okay.
And maybe your arm too.
My arm?
Well, your black.
I don't have an arm!
It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
it's right there wiggling on the ground still.
That's my... No, that's a piece of wood.
Well, it's bird too.
3.
I'm not putting together that he is not remembering.
You just need to be a little asshole.
What?
You
Yeah.
need to be a little asshole.
Yes, I absolutely do, because he is a little asshole.
Yeah, it's true.
Little siblings.
All right, children. I don't know what's going on here.
Wait, I
This
have
is
one final
suspicious.
question for you, Mr. Giant Magnificence. So, if you're not here, like if you left, would you be able to eat the soup?
What soup?
The soup. Everything is soup, right?
Absolutely.
Soup. Yes, everything is soup. So do you eat the soup, or is it like you're part of the soup?
It is not a soup you eat.
It's not a soup we eat. Okay, so we're
It is
part
a
of the soup.
That is.
Okay.
It's true. You can eat representations of
Crowder
it.
has been 100% converted to your religion. Like 100%, like giant creature just told him it is a soup. So
It is the soup that is.
in his
I am the M that I
Yeah.
am.
So like are you just ambivalent to everything? What an ambivalent answer.
He just sighs.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry to interject there, but I feel like.
Yeah, but like. I cannot change what has happened already.
Okay, but like if you could change the future, what would you do?
I wouldn't.
Oh, so you just stay like this? It like
No, you, like if you know, it's like
3 giraffes fall off and die. 'Cause
no, no. There's no giraffes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like how to explain it.
Picture
It's
that.
less
Giraffes in Black Forest, Germany.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Well, the same way that we understood more of what it was saying than what it said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not ambivalence. It's like it almost only exists in the present.
Mm.
Like it used to be something that had like could see like in all 4 dimensions. Like it's not
Yeah.
something that normally has, or like by in its essence has a physical form.
It's like a 4th
It's like
dimensional
very much
being that's
like
been,
flat land.
Yeah.
And so like now it's been compressed in such a way so like it doesn't it
It sounds like rationalized
It
like
has-
future.
it's not even rationalized. It's just that like there isn't a future to it, like because it is used to seeing like all the things that are and were and will be at the same time, that like now that it's been compressed it only understands the present, because the present is also the future.
Mhm.
Like because
And the past.
because it can't see what it used to. Like
Yeah.
it has no depth perception anymore, so it's like so to it it's like, well, what are you gonna do? It's like, well, this is now. Like I used to know what was going to happen. I never had action. I could never. What was going to happen had already happened to me, so I have never conceptualized that I could act against it.
Yeah.
Because like, it is a part of that soup. The soup can't decide when to put salt and pepper in it. Yeah. So like it doesn't. So it, like it's like not it's not a human consciousness at all. Like it doesn't have like the future is something I will act upon. It's like. The future is something that
It's
I
like
am.
telling
It's
a
something
2D
that I've already
being
been
what
to.
if it's gonna turn left or right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
Yeah,
even
it's
know.
very very
Yeah.
flat land.
That's like, this is better than reading a good novel right now. I'm just like
Can you say again, out of game, what the thing with the youngest sibling or whatever?
Yeah,
Can
so
you just repeat that?
yeah, I made this really complicated and I didn't find like sane words to put it in. It's like so you know how in Skyrim there's like all the gods, but they're not really like gods, they're just
Yeah.
like powerful beings.
Mhm.
So if this is like Goomba's soup. Because he likes the carrots in the soup.
Okay.
like they're like a part of it, but there's something that's like a little bit more individual, a little bit sticks out a little bit more. So like the ones that were the least powerful were harnessed by human sorcerers and brought to this continent. And when the world was going to end,
they're like
just by like I don't know, like natural disaster, like the next stage of the cycle of being made and unmade was going to happen.
Okay.
The people. Yes.
They're like anchovies, where like at first it's like an individual fish, but whenever you cook with anchovies, they just dissolve into like.
I really like the soup metaphor. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like so. It's I don't know. Have you read Flatland?
Nope.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
It's like the next dimension of like beings, but then there's a next dimension. So it's not like the.
Yeah.
It's just like a human, but like picked up and moved up a little bit, almost like the next ladder. But basically, like, so there were these like godlike beings.
Yeah.
Not in the sense that like.
Which are the 2 anchors that we found?
Yeah, and there's 6 more.
Yeah.
But what happened was, like thousands and thousands of years ago, the world was going to end. Like Mayan apocalypse calendar.
Yeah.
A group of people figured that out.
Yeah.
And didn't want to die.
Okay.
So they like pulled out of like the ether, like out of a different dimension. They pulled gods.
Right.
Used the gods' power to like pick themselves up.
And they were the young, least powerful
They were the
gods.
least powerful gods, so they could be harnessed by
okay.
humans.
I see.
Like not young in the sense of time, but like less developed almost.
Right.
To the sense that like they could be pulled into a 3-dimensional form. They could be pulled into a consciousness in a physical form they wouldn't otherwise have had.
I see.
And they used that power to sort of break, like carve themselves away from, not the whole world, but like their continent and like their part of the world, which is why you're on the edge of the world.
Yeah.
Because it's just a chunk of something that used to be. And like pull it out of the world that was ending.
Okay.
So you're in like a pocket dimension almost. Like the whole world as you know it exists in a pocket dimension, and like somewhere else, like the world is still ebbing and flowing and being made and unmade, and all the other gods. Like that's all existing the way it was and will be and always will be. But you have this little chunk that got pulled out of it and is in limbo. So the options that the anchor sees are like stay as it is, or like end the world and go back into the soup. And there's like people on the earth who are aware of the situation and they're like figuring out what to do about it. But now you guys get to. You can go home and pretend you don't know any of this, but now you do.
Like we're in the spoon.
Yeah, you're in the spoon.
Like literally.
Does everyone understand that? Like, do all our characters?
That is up to you guys. That is like.
Is it here?
Oh, it's a character.
Oh.
That is.
You got a fax.
I wish I could like say all that in a cool way, but like that is what the anchor. That is all the information that the anchor has like given to
That
you
right there is.
in words or otherwise. Our printers further. Whether or not your characters understand it, and it is kind of high level. I definitely didn't adjust it, but I also kind of want you guys, the people who understand it, which sounds like a lot of Pitt and a lot of Bullard, kind of wanted you guys to be able to like put that to the rest, because it ends up. It's not inherently a moral issue because like it exists outside of good and evil, but like there are obviously people on this earth who like see it as a moral issue. Like there are people who killed the other anchor, like they see it as like they shouldn't be there. This is evil. They want to kill themselves and destroy the world and like put things back into the natural order. But like by affecting the natural order, you've created a new natural order. Like you can't, something within a system can't change the nature of the system itself. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So like the anchors, it's not good or evil. It's part of the pattern. It's just a very different part of the pattern.
But like some people would interpret like the
But
act
some
of
people
the
are
humans
interpreting it as
summoning
like
them as like sin.
Yeah,
almost.
a lot of people.
Isn't that what it said in the thing?
Yes.
It was sin?
And the people who did it see it as a sin. They just didn't want to die.
Oh,
But it's their ancestors. It's not the same people who physically did it. Are they still
No,
around?
yeah, it's all their ancestors.
Right.
Like this is thousands and thousands of years ago, and that's why like.
This is.
So is there any other questions?
So.
Wish I could answer them in character, but I'm just.
Who's the oldest one? Do you have like brothers and sisters? You said there's like a lot of you. Who's the oldest?
anchor in Ladova was here longest. They become oldest when they come to the Earth. Like, there's no time outside of the spoon.
Yeah.
But, like, that's why that one was so hard to communicate with, is because it was just, like, the container was sort of disintegrating at that point.
Later, when I regained my memory, will I realize that they might potentially get smaller as they grow older?
Is this a physics thing that Dustin knows?
No, you said the smallest one that we've seen so far was the oldest one, so I was like, oh man,
doesn't have to do
Just
with their age. That's just,
coincidental.
yeah.
Cool.
It's for plot reasons, because
Oh.
it seems cool that things get
Oh,
bigger.
Yeah. No, I'm down with it.
yeah.
I'm just like imagining that the one in Ladova was like Master Roshi.
No, maybe if you want to know, it's like sort of elemental, like that one. Like this one is
Okay.
Earth. And so it has like the most
Got it.
physical of the forms. Like they're not all luck dragons. Like that one was smaller and lighter because it was.
So do you have a will? Like, do you have like wants? Do you have things that you want?
I already said no.
Okay.
What? That was like 5 minutes, or maybe like 20 minutes ago. That was
So
not
why
that
don't
long ago.
you just die?
That would be
like
quite
your
bad.
brother died. Why don't you just die? Like
You would
what's
also
the
die.
point?
You would also die.
If you
Are you
if
sure?
died?
What happens to this Earth when you're not holding it up anymore? It returns to the ebb and flow of the old Earth.
The process that was started will continue.
Will be absorbed by the soup. Chaos.
Do we
But it's the same soup that made the Earth in the first place. Who's to say that it won't just like we won't drop in when it's still functioning? Like,
Have you ever seen a pretty birth? Have you ever seen something happen naturally without pain and destruction? The soup is chaos. If we drop into the soup, it will just create more chaos. It's like a splash, a ripple in time. We will either destroy ourselves and or others, or be diminished because of it.
But what if we get like gently placed back in the soup?
Theoretically speaking, it's possible.
why does any of that even matter? Like we're just soup spoons, so what's the point of any of it?
I'm glad that this is becoming the predominant religion of the group because like I am 100% down. for
It's not. I
this.
didn't do this on purpose, but when you started explaining the Goomba to me, I was like, yes, this works.
So can you put us like? Can you talk to the? I have a question. Can you talk to like the other ones?
No,
No.
not right
Are you
now.
stuck here?
Yes.
So like you can't like ever talk to them.
No.
Like what if you could have like a meeting, like a conference?
They don't have any will. So how would you have them be able to communicate and then decide on what to discuss?
While
No,
you're
no, no,
talking,
no.
it keeps going because you cannot interrupt something that isn't talking with its mouth.
Yeah.
And it says, we would understand more than we do alone if we were together.
Okay. How do we do that? We should link them all up. So and then they don't have to have a will. Like we can come up with a plan.
How are we gonna link them up? Are we gonna get a bunch of tin cans and string?
I don't know. I mean, there's got to be some way, right? We can use magic, right? Y'all can use. Can anyone use magic?
I'll show you some magic, brother.
Me? I can use magic? I'm so cool.
It
That was probably only loud enough for like people standing next to me to hear me.
It says, the anchor says to you, Crowder, it says, you need rest.
Uh-huh. Kutsu passes out. Falls on the ground.
Did you just like sleep on command, or did you like finally pass out?
Oh yeah, no, like when I like you probably should lie down. Like you like the person hopped up on adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like you tell them, bro, you should sit down. And they're like, yeah, I should sit down. Yeah, Kutsu just literally just like
I don't know if it actually printed.
It did
Yeah,
not
it's a little
print.
sad to print on campus. I know it's not off it.
Did you get pizza or anything you wanted?
Yeah, we had a bunch of food at work. So
Alright.
thanks, bye.
A new
Everybody wants to
firmware
know.
is released. You can updo.
There's like one piece left. I think.
Just want to pass
Emily's
it.
Well,
up
you know.
first.
Knives exist to
Piz has the dibs
Is
on the Piz. Dang it. It was close.
Okay. I mean, do you guys want to take a short rest and take our break and like discuss this out of character? Because I feel like I didn't do a great job of explaining it.
No,
I
I'm
feel like
like
I'm pretty much.
Okay, good.
I will understand it as much as I understand it now as much as I will understand it.
Okay.
Yes, all of my questions will not be answered.
yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, you'll have to answer them like in character, but as far as like the things I need you to understand now,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know how to explain them without using a lot of words.
Yes.
Which you've already done.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure there's no outstanding questions in either out of character. And I need to figure out what to do next.
Well, I apologize because it's just like
No, it was awesome. And it was
Yeah.
very much in character and super cool. And I'm mad at myself for not having thought of it might happen, but now we need to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I'm sorry for like all like the questions, but it's like I keep the Silmarillion next to the Lord of the Rings when I read it because like whenever like you know
It's
what I'm
in
saying
there
like
somewhere.
is
The
it
what?
Mhm.
this Silmarillion?
The
It's the
Cimarilla
Elf
Bob.
Bible.
No,
because like it's like sorry, but like this shit just fascinates me. Like I am like 100% fascinated with the world that you've built.
Oh, that's
Um,
really sweet. That
Also, really funny fact. I don't know how into like the. Are we taking a break?
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
now?
let's take a
at
break.
this
Okay.
point, yeah.
Thank goodness, because I have a tan.
Hunter is napping. Crowder is napping.
Yeah.
The rest of you could probably also take a rest.
Pit meditates.
The anchor is more or less unbothered by your presence and does not seem to feel the need to start a conversation. But let's say that everybody is rested. If
Are
you
they
need
all
to rest,
resting?
you've recovered significantly. Unless you want to do something while they rest, I'm skipping.
I
over
just
it.
kind of just punch it and see what happens. Like,
Nothing
just to see-
happens.
okay.
It's like punching the ground.
what's it feel like?
You're punching the ground.
Oh, okay.
Why did you punch it?
I just want to know what it
On the
felt. Just
ground.
know what it felt like.
It's like, oh, I have met something that is the closest to a god I'll ever meet. You know what I should do? Punch it.
Like, I mean, I
Like the most Hulk
assumed it wouldn't
reaction.
feel when it. And am I gonna body slam it?
It's like punch. Like if you just stood
That
up
time
and
when
like
the
punched
Hulk
the ground, that's
suplexed
what
the
it'd be.
world.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So you're awake and functional. All of you are awake and functional. If a little rocked. Reminder that is.
with the
With the
horses.
horses. If you want to go get them.
Oh, it took us a long ass time to get here.
You did.
Well, this situation is ground breaking.
Oh, and we untied the rope. We have no actual way to get back out.
Mhm.
And we have no flying party member to take the rope back up.
Mhm.
Oh fuck.
Oh man,
That can be
we're
remedied.
So smart. Not something that Kudzu or Crowder would say on that.
No.
So there's a couple of dilemmas here.
So, if I get this right, brothers, if we could get all these things together, some sort of magic, something to convene
Council?
A gathering of
council,
magic.
a gather. Yes,
I like
magic.
Yes.
Magic.
The
Gathering.
gathering. Has
Joe
anybody
and,
ever played that? I think we should
Yeah.
all like come
Yeah.
down and try and learn it because I think that's fun.
My coworker tried to teach me
Bad.
magic. I did not enjoy
Let's all
it.
just get drunk
Did
and
it in
try and play
summer
Magic
camp.
the Gathering
No, like
some night.
literally, I have enough decks that literally
Yeah.
everyone here could
Fucking
play.
nerd.
Let's
Yeah.
do
Decks
it.
on
I wanna
decks.
do it.
Yeah.
The worst part about Magic is that it's less fun, less engaging, and you have to fucking pay money for it.
It's so-
D&D's
yeah.
free as shit, yo. D&D, all the books
can,
are
like,
out there, your
sorry.
friends
pirate all
have
the
them, you
books.
gather,
Yeah.
your friends have them,
Crap,
and then
sorry.
you guess what? You can download
the dice roller.
a dice
yeah.
roller app.
You just have to
can
buy
play
pen and
D&D
paper.
fucking for free. You don't even need pen and paper if you have a phone. Just tick,
Yeah,
tick, tick,
That's
tick, tick.
true.
But for Magic, it's like, let me pay $376 for 3 cards and another $145
That's a pretty good
for
deal,
5
honestly,
cards.
for Magic. I don't know.
I think so too.
Only
I'm
real life magic.
so
if you were
sorry.
I just think that Magic is lame.
Way
I just want the
overrated.
nerd cred.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
it
I
sounds
understand.
Like the illustrations
Why don't
are
you
really
go pick
cool.
up a bunch of used-ass Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something?
Because
Their
I
illustrations
think it
aren't
would
that
be
good.
fun if Dustin
That's okay,
brings his
yeah.
extra decks and we all get smashed and he tries to teach us and fails
Oh,
to
yeah.
teach us Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, no, we could literally
And so
do
we all get to
3...
be like, oh, I'm a nerd. I played Magic the Gathering without actually having to like care about it.
What about, I'm a nerd, I'm playing D&D?
I want the
Road
bonus
campaign.
nerd points.
So
Okay,
segueing back
yeah,
into
yeah.
the most important thing, which is
Yeah.
the gathering of magic.
Magic the
I
Gathering.
tapped my D&D card.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so-
so fucking sorry, Steve.
Sorry, I just couldn't help but rant for a second there.
I wouldn't know because I don't know anything about it. Okay. Hua.
That's what I know about it.
It's
is what
fun,
I
but it
just
costs a
said.
lot of money.
Cimarilla Bob.
Yeah.
So,
What is that from? Is that
Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's
She's
unclear
probably
if
not
it's...
still listening.
I thought it was
Or-
Kellen telling us about that.
Oh. I think
They were
so.
playing like a campaign or something, and like
Hey,
you
yo,
know,
Kellen,
oh no, they
if you
were at
listen
like,
to this podcast.
or they were at like
shout
a
out.
dinner or something, and they were talking about it. And then the one friend who didn't know about it. I don't
Okay.
remember. Anyways,
Hey, you remember in the first half when we were like so focused?
Yeah,
Let's do that again.
Mm-hmm.
it's because we didn't.
Yeah,
look
alright,
at it
we're
this
taking
time.
Okay.
I should never have introduced
Crowder
myself.
/ Kudzu opens his eyes and stares.
Krudzu.
Yeah,
Kudzu.
Krudzu. I love it. Using it. It's mine now. Krudzu opens his eyes and just has like a glassy stare forward, almost as if like you're looking at one of those creepy ass dolls that have like the human eyes, but like they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like those like porcelain dolls and whatnot.
Kind of. Alright.
Yeah,
I'll wave at
but
you.
One of it's yeah, just kind of like
I wave at
One
you.
over there.
yeah, I'm staring at you.
I hit you in the face.
There's that one over there, don't worry.
Non-lethal damage.
Yeah.
Do you
that
blink?
happens. No, probably not.
Addressing the
The anchor in the room.
the anchor.
It was a terrible laugh.
Excuse me. How should I address you? Should I call you by a name?
I don't.
Okay, I can just keep calling you Anchor.
You can call me whatever you wish.
You can call me Al. That's a
Al?
song I heard.
Al is appropriate.
There's a
that's-
roach.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a little one though.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. I'm tired of sweeping them up.
Maybe too squish.
Go away, Friendo. No squish. Just leave Friendo alone. He's gonna die.
Okay.
What niche do they fill? Like, what do cockroaches do?
They're
Yeah,
decomposers.
Just went in your
Yeah.
books.
Thank you.
So if we were to
Like,
Uh-oh,
it's
he's
poison.
upside
Just
down
let
now.
it die.
if we were to try to organize a gathering of you and the other anchors, how would we go about that? Like, can you move more than just like your head? I know you moved your head.
I'm bound to this space.
So if you moved, the world would drop.
No, I just can't leave. I am bound here by
And I guess that's probably true.
ancient magics, but it's magics from the head, like a K.
Yeah. I guess that's probably true of the others too.
Yes.
With an X.
So we're.
That's new magics.
I guess we can abandon that thought of gathering you all.
What if we can gather them separately? Like remotely.
What do we want to gather them for?
So they can talk to each other and stop the world from
Yeah,
dropping.
well, but
Yeah,
seeing
but
that
he
these are
just-
the oldest and wisest things on the planet, they might have a good opinion of what the best course of action is.
Including how to get your belt back.
But he said that they kept the world alive much longer than it should have been kept alive. So wouldn't that mean that it shouldn't? None of us should be here anymore.
But we are. And
Well,
therefore we should be
We
here.
shouldn't be because he said so, and he's the wisest thing alive, like Bullard just said. So I think what he well, he doesn't want anything, but I think what we should do is to just kill all of them. And then things will be like they were supposed to be.
That is the only way to know what would happen.
Or we could talk to all of them and try to come up with another solution other than everyone above us dying and potentially destroying this existence as we know it.
Yeah, I like that option too.
We can always table this discussion for later. We should probably locate the next one and see what it knows. And that way, we could continue on the merits of this journey, whatever they may be. Because we obviously do not have enough information to make an informed decision.
I think I have enough information.
Sounds like Louisiana.
What else do you know, Hold?
Everything that he told us. He said that we've all survived much longer than we should have been. Much longer than we should have, brother. So, in my mind, that only means one thing. We gotta kill him so that everything will go back to normal. Whatever's going on here is some weird, fucky bullshit that we gotta end. And the only way to end it is to end them. And like he said, the end of their slavery is the end of ours as well. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm from the land of Ladova, the home of the free and the land of the brave.
It's our slavery to life, though. Like, we're our slaves to being alive. And
Yeah,
like,
I hadn't thought about it
the
like
slavery
that.
of existence. It's kind of like this weird, heady, metaphysical idea.
Heady.
Like the kind of thing that they...
It sounds like some cerebral bullshit.
Yeah,
dude.
it is some cerebral bullshit. It's the kind of thing that they write big philosophy books on.
Never read one of those.
What? Why not?
Stupid, pretentious.
Well, you Nietzsche.
dickheads.
Nice!
Nice.
Oh, okay, you get inspiration for that one.
Yay.
You Nietzsche.
Like you need to.
That's funny. By the way,
I'm
I have a
sorry.
question. I meant to ask this earlier. It's not talking with its mouth. But is there a chance it's lying?
I mean, there's always a chance things are lying to you.
Can I roll an insight
Yes.
check?
Did we,
Come on, orange die. $11.
I mean, it's not lying to you. It's telling you the truth that it knows. That doesn't mean it's correct.
That's right, because its knowledge has been cut off from the
Yes.
universal stream.
Yes.
did we talk, like, in game, do we know why those monk things were attacking them? Like, did we glean that from anything, or
Yeah,
did
so
we
it
just...
implied that
Okay.
like other humanoids are aware of the situation and the things that happened, and like
Okay.
it made relatively clear that it's not like the things or the situation as things are is not a good or a bad thing. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't view things as good or bad.
Right.
But there are humans who are aware of the situation who like see it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
They see it, and like the people who originally like in the right in the translation that Forward has, the people who originally did this and like their descendants see this as a sin. Like
Okay.
they see it as something wrong that they did.
Right.
The
So we...
necessary evil.
Yeah, like a necessary evil, and so there are people who interpret that as like a doomsday cult almost. Like they're gonna end the world, they're gonna kill the anchors and put things right.
Okay.
So like the reason that someone had tracked down the anchor beneath Ladova and killed it was because they want to start that process of ending the world.
Okay.
And they may or may have already done so.
Gotcha.
That might be something to investigate.
The cult.
Well, whether or not killing one is
Oh.
enough. Like maybe killing one's enough.
To what?
If you don't to end the world. Like
Oh.
maybe all 8 power is just enough.
Yeah.
And you will also remember that, like, in your living memory, like, there have been a lot of natural disasters. There have been fires and earthquakes. Like, Ace is a refugee from natural, like, from,
My tea plantation.
yeah, their plantation was like ruined. And they like fled, and they're not the only ones. There were refugees coming to the harbor too. So like, that's part of this equation. Is that like maybe things aren't as stable as they once were.
Hey, are you guys? Hey, big anchor thing, brother. What are you guys connected to all the disasters in? Like, we noticed that your brother in Ladova was that big earthquake, and he was there. Is there stuff here that's because of you? Like, by you still being here? Like, aren't you killing people because the disasters occurred? Or by where you are?
Yeah. We are keeping your disasters at bay as we weaken your ties to existence weaken. Without us, your continent returns to its natural state as we will.
What happens to everybody on the continent?
They also return. And he looks at, you feel it, he's looking at you, to soup.
I'd rather them not turn to soup.
You will be soup.
I mean, it makes sense though, because like if this thing is some massive cosmic power, it would search for like the words that we use. So the fact that he's talked about soup, I mean, it makes sense.
And I already told you that it is not the soup you eat, it is the soup that is.
Yeah.
Well, brothers, I guess we can, we'll take this information and try to find the other anchors, I guess. I still think we should kill them, but I won't do it without, like, wouldn't just do it on my own. That'd be shitty.
That's one angle. The other angle is, what are the humans killing off the anchors doing it for? And what's their motive? I mean, if they want to destroy the world, what are they trying to bring about? I mean, maybe they have some more information that we could seek out.
Should find the monks that killed the last guy.
Excuse me, Anchor. Do you know where the other ones are? The anchor from Ladova knew that you were here under the harbor. Do you know where the other anchors are?
It says yes. And I'm pulling up my map. Dismissing. Oh, that's great. Sorry.
You just need to unlock your device.
Okay, thanks.
Send the anchor.
Release the tether. Wait, no.
It's like the first.
Let go your earthly
Yeah.
tether and become wind.
I like release the tether.
What is that?
Oh, that's Legend of Korra.
I'm so good.
It's really good.
You could flex your nerd card by watching Avatar and
I'm
Korra.
so fucking sorry, Steven, okay? I'll never bring up anything ever again.
No, don't do that.
I mean, there's a reason why when people get into magic, that the very first thing that people say is, "Well, make sure to hold a funeral for your wallet."
Don't wanna,
Like, there's a.
I hear a lot about it and it seems
Yeah.
like fun.
I mean, that's why I got into it. Is my brother and I got into it because we had fun playing it. We played for exactly one set, and we were like, you know what? We're done. We don't need
all
any
my
more.
nerd friends that I played rugby with played
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering and Warhammer, and I hate Warhammer, so I want to try Magic the Gathering.
It's fun.
The Warhammer Total War would probably be a good thing to play, even if you don't like Warhammer.
I don't
Yeah.
like Warhammer because every time, there's game workshops everywhere, and they only sell D6, and they get rude to you if you ask for other dice because you're stupid and you don't understand.
Well, and they only have dumb little plastic Warhammer figurines.
They have nothing else.
Yeah, but that isn't Warhammer. When we talk
some,
about like the
like,
tabletop, is all
Turtle
like mechs and stuff like that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so like Total War Warhammer.
That's Warhammer like 4,000.
Yeah.
I know. Well, there's like
Or
Warhammer,
40,000.
and then there's
40K.
one Warhammer that's like D&D.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
There's
there was
one
that.
that's like role playing, and then there's one that's like army game.
I'm always like familiar with the army one because that's like the really
Yeah.
like the ones you see everywhere, and they like
Yeah.
treat you like shit
It's like
because you're not them.
Macho nerds.
But they're shit because they treat people that way.
No, they're just ubermensch nerds.
Also, like
You found your
Warhammer
map?
lore is just so sad. It's so scary. Yes.
Play closer to real life.
Huh?
If Warhammer is closer to real life.
Yes, but awful, and like everything is bad and war and bad.
Perhaps we're just naive.
So the map.
Yeah. There is it's 8 anchors. One's in Ladova, one's in the harbor, one's across a desert in the south. Like it's not in a place that really have a name. Like you might need to find a map or something for that. One is in the under the highest mountain in the Blue Mountain Range.
That sounds so cool. At the deepest depths of the highest mountain.
One is under a lake to the east. There's actually another one under Ladova, but like under Ladova Castle, not the city.
What?
Those castles.
Lord is shocked.
Just decided to read your shirt. I
Wow.
love it.
You reach out to push
Oh,
the orc
yeah.
off the ledge. A number 1 on a d20. But instead, lightly caress his back. He is uncomfortable.
There's one. Shit, Kazu, what's the woods you're from?
They are north of. What's our town?
Ladova.
No.
We're from Tabas's Heath.
Tabasi.
Yeah, there's like a. Hold on. I remember exactly where you showed. That's the town. Is
Mhm.
number 4?
Yeah.
Or no, there.
6.
Okay, 6. So right, if you go straight up and just a little bit west. Yeah, right where you're pointing with your pen.
Okay.
Yeah. So Pitt came across the river here, and that's how he got into the forest.
So north of where you were, there's one there.
Okay.
And then there's one like where the harbor is. If the harbor is west, there's like one directly east, but like on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a ring around.
Yeah, but it's like on the same latitude.
Yeah. So, but the anchor doesn't like know your terms for it. So, like you know generally where they were. You're gonna need to find maybe like someone who knows more,
Yeah.
or
That's what we have to do. We
that
have to
has
go.
like where these areas are in relation to a map.
We need a Bulma.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
Those are Dragon Ball Z.
We're looking for the
Can we
Dragon
have a flying
Balls.
cloud? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Anyways, so we have the location of all of them.
Yeah, the general location.
General location.
Now to get out of here.
Goodbye. We'll see you again.
Or not.
Well,
Or not.
I pledge to come back with more news. I don't think you have a lonely existence, but I think it would be better for you to be more in the loop. Are you like strengthened by people bringing you offerings and worship and stuff? Like, should I try to do that? Or is that just to appease your boredom?
More to appease my boredom, but I do miss company sometimes.
It's like a Cinderella
Okay.
hint.
Oh, what?
Never.
You could leave the demon,
Oh my god, that creepy thing.
but he could stay and hang out.
He belongs to Kudzu. He's gonna like follow him like a dog.
I haven't seen him in a while. It's not like he's using him lately.
It's invisible, man.
He wasn't invisible when we saw him.
It's not too bad.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't want to go with the demon.
I'm cold. I can turn the heat or the air on.
No, I'm good.
I'll say Frio, but it'll be okay.
What about that
I'll
arm?
say Frio, but
The
it'll
arm?
be okay.
Just leave the arm behind.
Make it not
Burnt
real.
it.
Oh.
Yeah. Burn the tash.
I rescind that from the official record.
Yeah, I'll see if. Yeah. We
Resinged.
you have not seen the last of humans and elves and stuff.
Okay.
Is there another way to get out of here? We might be stuck down here with you. Or do you have any rope? Do you know where a rope or a flying creature is?
The stairs continue.
Oh. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome.
If I call you brother enough times, can you make me an anchor? Brother.
Whoa.
I do not.
Hold like Atlas holding up the world.
I do not.
With the belt around.
That's 100% on brand too.
That is how it works, but you are welcome to try.
He'd be so shrugged.
Gross.
Cool, I sit here for a second.
Yeah.
That joke was
Like,
random.
Look out of the chair. So sorry that you haven't been a part of this.
Sorry, I tried to make it sound more like rad, but it was like.
That's good. That's still good.
Yeah.
I'm reading Fountainhead right now, so
Are you really?
yeah.
I haven't finished it.
Have you ever read
If you open the desk drawer, it becomes a table.
I forget the name of it.
There's
It's
a little
the
magic on the
Wii book. The one about
Send it to me.
Anthem.
Anthem.
The word
It's on the other side.
I does not exist until like the last 15
We talked
pages.
about this not so
Yeah,
long ago.
I like that book a lot.
Really?
Anyway.
I can let you borrow it sometime.
Okay, enough about Amaranth.
Okay.
Wait, so there's stairs? Where?
The stair.
We walked upstairs to get up to this cave.
Yeah.
The stairs started in the like uppermost portions of the temple.
Yeah.
I guess they continue on above the cave.
The stairway to heaven.
I'm gonna make moves for the entry to the cave,
Okay.
out to the stairs.
I follow. But I like run to catch up. Sorry. I just want to be like.
like notices that there are things happening and kind of just like zombily follows behind.
Okay. I will let you were like more healed than you normally would have been, having had traumatic bodily injury.
Well, you know, magic is a thing.
Yeah.
I was healed by magic.
I know, but also like the presence of the anger.
Weird
like-
dreams again, or the same weird dream
You
as?
definitely have weird dreams again that I need to send to you.
Okay.
But you're like more healed even by magic than you would have been by being in the presence of the anchor, considering how much trauma you've just been through.
Does he
mental
still?
and physical.
Does he still have those poisonous veins that I noticed?
Unless there is a reason that you would, no.
Kind of like a flicker every now and again, just like across like a headband or something like that.
Because he's still tainted. Is my point.
Peak anime. Yeah.
Just like a little bit. Actually, I was actually thinking of The Witcher, but
Oh
that's The Witcher.
yay!
Yeah, like when you get too much toxicity.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was just envisioning.
Okay.
But yeah, also it still works. He would still be around.
Okay.
Because like a sorcerer or somebody who like learns spells, you can forget the spell Find Familiar and still keep your familiar. It's just that if your familiar dies,
Okay.
he would be like you'd be unable to get him back.
Okay.
So yeah, he's probably around.
You're just unfamiliar with him.
Oh my god. Okay. So.
Wait, Hulk's gonna stay behind for a sec.
Okay.
He's gonna ask, if we decide to kill whatever. I don't know if you guys can die. What's the best way to do it? If we wanted to end everything.
You would
Poison.
break the body and set us free.
Yeah, like a sweet spot. What's your name for? Not me. What's your name for?
Blinking Zelda. The head is usually appropriate.
With eye, forehead, head, general bludgeoning to
Right on the top of the base.
bodily area. Okay.
Assuming because it's like.
Thanks, brother.
You're welcome.
And he runs up the stairs and down the stairs.
Brother.
It's trying it out.
Yeah.
I love it.
I heard that, brother.
Okay, so once you guys are outside,
Wait, it goes all the way to the top?
not yet.
Oh, okay.
So you go back the way you came.
Outside of the cave.
Yeah.
Got it.
You see that like much smaller, but the stairs sort of continue up the top. Like this is not the cave. The stairs kind of like keep going, jump back up ahead of it, and like continue up the mountain. So you can choose to continue to hoof it.
But we're not going back in that crevice.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, you're going like on top. So mountain sort of hill.
Right, but relative to where the mountain and hill is, the crevice is over here, I
The
presume?
crevice is here. You're gonna go on top of it.
Okay.
Like
I just
around
wanted
it,
to...
on top of it, and then going up.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So
Going up the
after
stairs.
a lot of walking, you the stairs like stop being stairs at some point once the ground levels out. So it like sort of fades back into natural landscaping where it becomes less like carved stairs and more like stone here, stone like stones set up like stairs, and then that fades into like an incline that you can actually walk on. And eventually you sort of crest to a point where you can see the harbor in the distance. You're maybe a mile away from it, similar to how you came out of the temple in Ladova. You're not like 3 days away. You're like a brisk walk. But you are in sort of like a scrubby, sandy grassland outside of the city.
How far are we from our cart?
Like 2-3 miles or
2 or
something,
3
it sounds
miles,
like. Boy, I'll be glad if I never see another stair in my life. I'm not built for this.
Not,
Oh, poor little legs.
you're not much of a stair climber.
No.
They're like people stairs too, so.
I'm
Wait,
a
what is
people.
bubble?
No,
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
okay. Not halfling stairs.
I'm a
Yes.
people.
Medium-sized stairs.
They came up to your knees.
We're small creatures. You can say medium-sized.
Medium-sized stairs.
Are we small?
I think we're small, aren't we? Dwarves are medium, but I believe that we're small. Because 2 of us can occupy the same space.
Or the same trench coat.
Or the same trench coat.
So I'll,
Let's walk.
yep, if I can godmod you guys for a little bit, I'll say
Yes.
that you make the way back to the harbor in a silent, in a bit of a shell-shocked silence, unspoken but agreed upon, until you reach and your horse and cart again. You want to greet your returning party?
later.
We're small.
Do you want to greet your returning party? Brush of a horse. Okay. Hi.
Hello. How is it?
Oh boy.
Our horses are still here.
That's good.
Is we have a lot to catch you up on. The anchor's still alive down there, but
Okay. Keep pushing the horse.
it had a lot to say about I guess just existence. It was a lot. It's gonna be hard to kind of sum up.
It is.
Do we know what we're doing next?
No. We have to discuss that.
Are there more anchors?
Yes.
Let's go there.
That was kind of our thought, but we have to decide at some point if we're going to do something about it or not. It seems that our whole existence is not exactly natural because the anchors are making it happen. So if we were to try to return to a more natural state by killing the anchors, we would be ended, but it would be more natural. But we all think that we should gather some more information from the anchors first. And I think it was maybe Hulk who had a good idea. Maybe we should talk to that creepy cult that was killing the anchors to figure out what their deal is.
Which is a reminder, you have you have some of their clothing
Okay.
and their gauntlets.
Oh,
Mm.
how convenient.
Sorry, they're
Disguise the limit.
Mm-hmm.
let's go on.
You suck.
Okay. We should do both of those things. As each day has passed, I have missed my family less and less.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
You're
I'm
dead family, right?
happier to know you all.
Oh.
Keeps brushing horses.
Even though we just left you.
I'm happy to know you too.
Yeah, it's mutual, brother.
Kredzu stares wide-eyed and does like the blink where like one eye goes and then the other eye goes. Like,
Not quite.
Are you feeling alright?
He's clearly missing an arm.
Well, it's been a long day. Maybe we should find some place to hold up for the night or a couple nights. I think we got a lot to sleep on.
Should find an inn.
Yeah. Maybe they'll know about the cultists.
Wait, there was an inn that we saw in the Broken China or something.
oh yeah, I have the name of it right down in my notes.
Home day or home day?
It was off of the Old Town Road.
That was great. I'm so sorry.
There's a lot of
I heard
faces
that
in
was
my
like
notes
the
from
whole
that day.
session.
You can listen to that session. That one's
Super
great.
It's
fucking
already
over it.
recorded.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. The whole world can hear it.
Sounds
Or at
so
least
like
anyone with
official
the
like
link.
that.
Okay, I did not write that down.
Hey, we never opened that puzzle box.
Yeah.
Do we have
Two.
a puzzle box?
Oh, the one that did Kudzu
It was
steal
puzzle.
that
Oh,
one or
Kudzu
something?
tried to open it several times.
Yeah.
I thought we got someone.
And we never went
Did
after
we get
State
someone
Farm.
to open
it?
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some plot holes.
Yeah.
Also, I have a sub for the puzzle box that I'm going to make you actually solve.
Okay.
A sub.
Oh.
What
Like
is a sub?
like the sandwich
Sudoku?
variety.
No, like I have a
Yeah,
puzzle
Jared.
that
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
like a
make
minigame?
that I can't
Just
solve, and I'm going to make you guys do
my
it
middle
for the
name.
puzzle box.
Does that
Okay.
suck?
Okay, I'm sorry. You'll just
I
have
just
to keep
didn't
rolling
expect
for
that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke,
I'm
and
down.
now
No,
we know
it's
that's
not.
real.
100%
Yeah.
down.
Okay,
Well,
I'll
I'm
it's
the
like, yeah,
worst
literally,
person
Jared,
in
like,
this
oh,
room.
like the pedophile. I'm like, yeah, like the fucking pedophile.
It's not
Oh,
fun.
just
Subway
It's
guy.
like one of those,
At
like,
least it's your middle
puzzles
name,
that
not your
all
first
is-
name. Remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun to
He's
make
like
you
a
guys really
firefighter
solve
hero.
it for
He
real.
lost like $1 million
Um,
because all he
but
ate was
yeah,
Subway
also
for a
not-
year.
And then he kept giving his stuff out to
He's
underage
really
teens
mad
in
at
I
New
me.
just
York
I'm
and
not gonna solve the
Pennsylvania.
puzzle.
Yeah.
And
I don't know
I'm
if he was
just
pedophile
frustrated
before
because I'm not gonna
Subway
do
or
it.
after.
Well, I don't know.
Like,
I could tweak the.
was he a
I have
fat
the
pedophile
answer
or a
sheet.
very trim?
Oh.
Do you have the
Like,
money
so,
to do it?
Yeah,
You don't
so I
know
was
to do
gonna
it?
like
Right.
make you
Let's
guys
hear
like
them.
if you
I
guys
thought of
suck,
many
you could
poor
roll
ones,
for
you know what I mean?
hints.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I love
They
it.
look at Epstein.
Say no more. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Say no more.
there were hints.
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Well, so you're going to the inn. Let's go to the. I'll listen to the last session and remember what inn we are in, and then
I
I'll.
don't know if that session was recorded. That was a long
He
time
said it was
ago.
on
That was a long
YouTube.
time
Are
ago.
you talking about the Ailish's death session?
No,
It was
era.
That's the
That's
other
what I
campaign.
meant. My bad.
No, this was from.
Wait, Ailish died?
This was from the
Aranova.
Oh, I was like,
The
what?
24th of June.
Ailish is also outside with the horses.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, where's Alien?
This is from the 24th of June.
I just killed. Yeah. It's pop. No,
No, I
definitely
think
Yeah, I
not.
didn't think we were running out.
No.
Okay, you go to the inn.
Bad.
The aforementioned inn. That's what it's called.
I just killed your other character. I'm sorry.
By words.
Yo, I love that as an inn name though.
The aforementioned
The
inn.
aforementioned
The
inn.
aforementioned inn.
Yeah.
How far away is the inn from where we just were? Like, is it like a couple hours walk?
I'll say like 45 minutes.
It's out of ways.
How,
It's a little bit
how
of a
long did
hike.
it take us to get?
We were at the literal edge of the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's still part of town, but it's like the part of town that like people go smoke drugs and the teenagers are bad at. So
How long
That's
did
what I'm
it
gonna
take
try
us
to
get out of
convince
the
to go
inn?
like visit the anchor.
the little kids were super.
Hey, we'll
those
give you
little
some
kids you had to
drugs.
fight with when you started.
Anchor has now been vandalized and died due to
Someone,
graffiti
like, spray
fumes.
painted it. Fuck. Joe and Jim Bob fucked here.
No,
It's
Joe
just
and
that
Jim
not
Bob.
the sort of graffiti you guys encountered? Because that's what I got now. Alright. You're like, oh, I sucked my first dick here.
It's very stuff.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so you are in the aforementioned inn. You have very fair priced
Mhm.
bedding. You have had meals for the night. We're skipping all the fun. I want to say foreplay, roleplay stuff.
Okay. That's cool.
That's what existence is. It's just foreplay for bedtime.
You are not wrong. You're in your inn. You're in someone's room. I'm assuming you have multiple because there's a bunch of you. Your horses are stabled for the night, and you are discussing what to do with your life now that you have all this world-breaking information. Scene.
Will more people die if we do nothing?
I think the most people die if we kill the anchors. Like everyone dies if we kill the anchors. Maybe. There's no proof that we won't just drop back into the rest of the world and continue on in that same cycle. But it seems a lot like if that happens, everyone dies.
So then who are we to make that decision?
Apparently some of the few people that know about it.
Clearly, the cultists want to make that decision.
Yeah, I think that maybe, should we find them first? Or should we go find the other anchors? These other anchors sound really far away.
Can we do both concurrently?
Although there's one under the Ladova Castle, that's not that far. Well, how are we supposed to know where the anchor or where the cultist headquarters are? I would say probably Ladova because that's where most people live.
How do you know that it's in Ladova?
It's in Ladova. It's in Ladova.
I don't know if you have your
Brother.
map on you,
No,
but
I.
it's on your map.
Okay.
Not like
How do you know, Hold?
I know Ladova pretty well, brother.
Oh,
I traveled everywhere in this here land.
if you remember the you can decide to put this in your own words if you want to, but your fighting ring was underground,
Yes.
and so
Not literally under the ground.
no,
Or
but like
was
it was an underground fighting like on the DL.
Yeah.
And so it was
Just
in like
like
the part of the
Jeremy
city
did.
that was partially destroyed, and you had to like sneak in.
Right.
So by virtue of that, like you're kind of in with the other underground groups in Moldova. One of them is like, and by virtue of that, you know the one group that like doesn't associate with anybody else. Like you know the gambling people, and like it's all like there's an underground economy and shit. And then there's a group of people who just like took over that one building and don't talk to anybody.
Right.
And you have like a pretty good idea that that might be the place to start.
Okay.
well,
So like you know where it is by virtue of knowing nothing about it. If that makes any
Gotcha.
sense.
where are you from?
The north.
Is that by the Blue Ridge Mountains? Not Blue Ridge Mountains, Blue Mountains.
I don't have the map on me.
I don't know. You never really gave me a specific spot. You can if you want to check out.
Somewhere it was just up in the mountains.
Yeah.
We talked about it at some point.
Yeah.
Where there's tea.
Let's just go with that. Yes.
Blue Mountain Tea.
Okay, well,
Jamaica.
maybe after we go to Ladova, then, well, depending on what the cultists say, after we're probably gonna have to like beat it out of them. Oh, are you okay with that? I don't imagine these guys.
Yep, I'm okay with it.
Nice. I can't wait to watch.
Me too, brother.
I would also like to whip it out of them.
Whip it good.
But maybe
Whip it out. Whip it out. What? What are
maybe
you whipping
after
out?
we go to Ladova, we can go up to your homeland, and that'll be close to the anchor underneath the Blue Mountains.
Even if it's painful, we could do that.
Well, we don't have to do that right away. We have time to decide. We could always take a different course.
Yeah, we could even like just be Hulk's new PR people and travel around the city, from city to city, like beating kids up and stuff.
Get him that belt back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, while we're doing it, could I also try and actually find my belt? Because I kind of want it back.
We should
I
find
thought
that.
we know that the belt is with you.
It's a
I think that's
it's
a
a
fake
fake
belt.
belt. Don't tell Bullard.
I'm pretty sure it's a fake belt.
Yes.
It is in my inventory, but not my inventory for like that I carry with me. I have my home inventory and my
Yeah.
not home inventory, and it's Hulk's magic title belt.
I used to have a fake
No,
belt.
it's magic.
You told me it.
Oh.
You told me it was Hulk. What do you mean it's magic? You said that. That was why I paid the extra 100 gold pieces for it.
The longer we take to decide, the sooner someone else will make this decision for us.
Shit.
Excellent. Kudzu's only contribution.
Is your name still Kudzu?
Kudzu.
Okay.
You're still finding yourself? Grandsonish? So, to Ladova?
Yeah. Maybe in the morning we can get supplies and leave.
Sounds like the rational thing to do.
Yeah, some
Stop.
rations. And because Iz took care of our cart and horses and stuff, we have transportation. Maybe we could pick somebody up, like ask if anybody's going to Ladova, and we could make a quick buck on carting them from place to place.
Yeah, it's a pretty good idea, brother.
We give him a lift.
I'll go. I'll post a flyer on the wall downstairs and say that we're leaving, and see if anybody wants to come. I go post a flyer on the wall downstairs that says we're going to Ladova. If anybody needs a ride,
Wait, what's the price?
6 gold pieces.
How far away is Ladova?
We rode for like 2 days or something.
It's 2 or 3 days.
2 days.
When did we get the horses?
Is this from the guy that Eric killed?
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's from the guy that
We
Eric
had-
killed.
Oh, when we were at the camp.
Is it just a
Yeah.
single horse cart? It's not
It's
a
2
dual.
horses and a
Oh,
cart.
it's a dual horse
Yeah.
cart.
2 horses in a cart.
Double the power.
That is
Where are they coming from?
2 men in a cart. 2 men in a truck is a moving company out of Chattanooga. But
We're here too.
I feel like every
What?
city has like 2 dudes in a van,
yeah, 2 dudes in it.
2 guys in
I
it.
thought that was just here.
Yeah,
I
2
guess
guys
it's
that-
not related.
well,
Four-wheel
that's the thing is, like,
vehicle.
2 guys in a truck is like a
Two.
really big
Oh,
like chain, but it's like most concentrated.
2 guys, 1 cup or
2,000
something.
men.
Yeah.
No,
Two guys, one
Okay,
van.
we were focusing, guys. Remember?
Yeah, we are. So do we get any hits on people?
Yeah, I'll say that
Are we picking up passengers?
you have 3 people who show interest.
Ping. It's the sound it makes when your Uber says to someone to pick up.
Do any of them bring strawberries
Huh?
as payment? Never mind.
Bring
Sorry.
stories?
Strawberries.
Strawberries. It's a Firefly reference. Ignore me. We're picking up passengers.
We would know what it was if they continued the series.
I just haven't memorized every aspect of
It's
everything, and I don't
okay.
know how you nerds did.
Yeah, I'm like the same.
Like I watched it, I don't
Uber
remember
nerd.
it. Yeah, you have 3 people who show interest. 2 of them are some of the refugees that you came into the city with. They want to go see they have some family who live in Ladova, and they were here figuring out their next steps. And one person is just like a adventurer / traveler. Is it 6 gold pieces? gold pieces per person?
Yes.
Or was it 6?
If 3 people show up willing to pay 6 gold per person, then yes, that is
Okay,
the
your
price
sign
of
was
the goods.
unclear. The 2 refugees think it's 6 total.
I will front the other 3 that they need.
Okay. So you have 3 passengers on the way to Ladova with you?
Damn! For a grand total of
I think it was
12 gold.
I think it was 18 because you just put in.
Yeah, I put in 3 for each,
And
so
It's paying for them because your sign was unclear.
it was for the refugees. I fronted the refugees.
Just the 2 refugees.
Yeah,
Just
not the
yeah,
adventurers.
One of them is
So 2
paying
people
full
thought
price.
it was 6 altogether.
Oh, okay.
And they're
Whatever.
like people who...
I don't care. I just wanted to make sure that we were bringing a little.
Well,
GP
the way I
in.
see it is the 18's going to get redivided. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to be the end of the world.
Yeah.
Well, or is it?
We'll shove them in some onion barrels for their insolence.
Ooh,
Where's Aranova when you need her?
just for.
She's dead, dude. Don't make that joke.
Oh, has anybody made clear to Iz what happened, by the way?
She was shivved.
Yeah, Aranova didn't make it.
That should just disappear.
This conversation probably happened on the walk.
No,
Yeah.
she was shivved in the shaft.
It wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't.
You were
But,
watching from the shaft while she
right,
got
we were in the shaft while she was shivved.
By you?
No, by a stranger in robes.
They seem to know each other, according to these guys. I have blocked the memory from my brain.
It's all right, buddy.
No, it's not. Who's gonna drive the cart? I learned, but I'm
I'll-
not big enough.
I'll drive the cart.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll
Can I-
parade the whole
Can I
time.
try to drive the cart?
Yeah, you can try.
Are you
can
now
roll
the
for it.
knight of the cart?
What do you need?
I'm
to
proficient
know
in
to drive a car?
athletics, so
What do you, is there a vehicle?
I feel like it's an
Well,
athletic
I'm
thing.
Probably
There is
vehicle or
vehicle
animal
proficiency, but
handling.
Animal handling
Yes.
is horses, right?
That's wisdom.
Yeah, I guess it's animal handling. It's wisdom.
Whoa! All right. I rolled a 1.
Okay, well, you're gonna crash the cart tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna end a little bit early here because this is what I had planned for the day with you guys, like bedding down for the night with your passenger. Well, not bedding with your passengers, but with the plan to travel tomorrow morning.
man, they signed on quit. They must have like seen me put it on the wall.